Today I wanted to look at this thing, which is called the Skewb. And the reason I want to look at this is because I had learned to solve this thing a few years ago, and I picked it up today and I realized that I could not remember how to solve it, even though I know it's really easy, and it is. I just had to go back and look. And what's cool about this is it's really hard to solve if you don't know what you're doing, but you can literally learn to solve this in like 10 minutes. And so I kind of prefer puzzles like that. Sometimes, I just want to pick one up just to solve, do a quick solve, do something quick with it that's not going to take me 45 minutes to solve it. So this is a good one for that. So I wanted to look at that one today, and hopefully this video can help you solve it. So let's give it a scramble and we'll get going. So here's what it looks like scrambled up. And the first step that you want to do is create a white layer. You're not going to worry about any of these centers yet. The only center that you want to worry about is the white one, and we want to get these white corners solved. Now, some of them you can just move up like that, so we already have that one in place. Now you have to make sure though that these colors match up. So when you move your next white piece into this spot, you have to have green right here. So this one's actually already in the right spot, it's just not oriented properly. So we can bring it to the bottom. Actually, I'm going to bring it over here, and we're just going to rotate it and then bring it back up. Now this step is intuitive. I'm not going to be able to walk you through exactly everything that you're going to see, but what I will tell you is that for most cases, the piece that you want to move into its proper place, just put it on the bottom layer, and a lot of times you can just rotate it in place like this until you're ready to bring it back up. Now you do have to kind of pay attention to what you've already done and make sure, if I happen to rotate it and move something out of the way, then I have to make sure that I go back and fix that. Okay, so we have two of them already good. We see the two greens are matched up, so we're good there. This one's going to have to be the white and the red. So that one is actually over here. So you can see if I just bring it up, it's not oriented properly. So I'm going to swing it down to the bottom, and I'm going to rotate it and then bring it back up like that. Alright, and the last one, it's in the right spot, so I'm going to need to move it down. And here's what I was talking about earlier. So when I rotate this, you can see that I'm going to move this one out of the way, but that's okay, because when I bring that up, I can now just bring that one back up too, and you can see that our white layer is complete. Make sure that all your colors are matched up like this, and then you're ready to move on. Okay, so when you get here, we want to flip it over, and our goal now is to get all four of the yellow corners correct. Now it just so happens with mine that my yellow center is already here, but that does not matter. The yellow center could be anywhere else. What we just want to do is we want to go to the opposite side of the white and get the yellow corners where they need to be. So again, forget about the center, don't worry about that yet. So what you want to look at is you're going to have three situations. Either number one, all four of these yellows are already in place, which is good. Number two, you're going to have the situation that I have, where you have what's called headlights. You have two of them that are facing out like that, and then you have the other two which are facing out going that way. So I'm going to show you that situation first, and then I'll show you the third situation after this. Now here's where you're going to need to learn your first and only algorithm for this solve. So if you have the headlights, you want to hold it like this where they are on the right facing out. Okay, and you're going to do this algorithm. And now you see that we have the four corners. Now you can see that that yellow center moved out of the way. Again, that's fine. We're not worried about that. Now, that algorithm is, it's called the sledgehammer. It is described as R prime, L, R, L prime. But you can tell by the way this thing moves that it's kind of hard to tell, well, is this an R? Is that an R? Like, is that an R? So the way that you remember it is that each one of these moves is going to move the top center and the front center. So if we move the top center and the front center, then this would be your R prime move or your R move, depending on what you're doing. Also on the other side, top center, front center. When you do the algorithm, you want to make sure that you move both of those. So this would be your L move. This would be your L prime move. Okay, so that's how you remember it. It's the big hunk. You know, you're taking a big hunk every time you move. Okay. Alright, so that was the first situation. Let me show you the second. Okay, so back to what we had a minute ago, we have the white on the bottom. Now, instead of having the headlights like we had a minute ago, you might see where you have two yellows that are facing up, and then you have the other two that are facing out. Alright, now, if this is your case, you want to hold it like I have it here. You have this yellow which is facing you, and then you have a yellow here and a yellow here. Alright, so just hold it like that. Do that same algorithm. So down, down, up, and up, and then you have the headlights. So just like we did a minute ago, hold the headlights on the right, and do it again. Down, down, up, and up. And you get to the same place. So those are your only three options that you'll see. Alright, so once you have those four yellow corners, you're ready for the next step. So now we want to get the yellow center, there it is, matched up with the yellow corners. So to do that, simply hold the cube white side down and yellow center on the back, and then do that same algorithm. Down, down, up, up, turn it 180 degrees, down, down, up, up. Okay, and there we have it. So now you should see the white face is good, the yellow face is good. And now we're ready to take care of these other centers. Now sometimes at this point you'll already have the cube completed. So once you finish that yellow side, the rest of this will take care of itself. So you may already be done. If not, then stay tuned. Okay, so now that you have the white and the yellow done, we're going to fix these centers. So you want to hold it so that the white is on one side and the yellow is on the other side. It doesn't matter which way. It could be this way or it could be that way, as long as you have it like that. And then you want to hold the centers that need to be fixed sort of like a vertical rainbow, like that. Now you're going to see either one of two options. Either one, you have what I have, and this is by far the most that I get, the most situations that I get will be this, where you have one that is correct and you have three that need to be fixed. But then sometimes you'll have a situation where all four are incorrect. And I'll explain that in just a second, but let's just start with what I have here. So I have yellow on one side and I have white on the other, like that. And I'm going to look for opposite colors. So on the standard cube configuration, the opposite colors would be the green and the blue, or you might see the red and the orange, just depending on what you have here. In my case, we have the green and the blue, so those would be opposite. So I'm going to hold it with the side with the opposite colors facing me, and I have the white and yellow on the sides like that, and then we're going to do our algorithm. So down, down, up, up, and then you want to turn the cube 180 degrees like we did before, and then down, down, up, up, and that's going to fix your cube. Now, if you have the other situation where all four of these are incorrect, then it's no problem. It doesn't matter how you hold it other than have the white and the yellow on the sides, and then just do that algorithm. All right, and so you'll do down, down, up, up, and then rotate 180 degrees, down, down, up, up, and then you'll have what I showed you. You'll have one that's correct, and then you'll have three that need to be fixed. So it's pretty simple, so just for time's sake, I'll just leave it at that. I think that you could figure that out. So you can see that this is a fun little cube, and it's easy to learn, really easy to learn. So like I said, it took me about 10 minutes to refresh my memory, and now I'm able to solve this thing. So I hope this helped, and I'll see you on the next one.